Hello, 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 hello. All right, wonderful. So today we'll be modeling in Nomad Sculpt, a work by the artist Chang Chang Yeh. Yes, I think he's a Taiwan artist on ArtStation. I've included the link in the description for this stream. So if you are new and watching, you have seen artworks, you have maybe complex projects that you'd like to be able to sculpt, and you feel it is too complex and too intimidating, right? I believe my channel is one of the channels that you can go to see raw live sculpts, including mistakes, brainstorm, solutions, you know, seeing how this could really develop in a real life situation compared to just only showing finished work and pre-done sculpts. A lot of my sculpts are first time sculpts, not because I don't want to do a perfect job, but just because I want to preserve that first impression of a problem and then solve it, you know, live. It's usually very difficult and too polished sometimes when you have done the sculpt severally and then come and make it look like it's so perfect. But in this video today, I'll be running you through my process of identifying blocks in references, highlighting, you know, tools, and basically how to get this, how I would use Nomad Sculpt to get this project to finish line. All right, stay tuned while I set up my screen. All right, so this was what I included in the thumbnail just to show a shabby work. But I'm gonna close that now and give me a moment. Let me just remove it. So this is Nomad Sculpt free version, right? And then exporting is not possible, but my goal here is just to sculpt and eventually get the project to a good enough job. So this model in Nomad Sculpt is called Headmaster. I'm gonna use it to get my forms correct, add a sphere, and actually I'm adding two spheres eventually, but I'll use this first one just to get the basic shape done. All right, so I went ahead to create some images. You'd understand now. So for regions where I want to focus on, I went ahead to color them, right? I just realized I omitted something. Okay, I didn't. So I'm working on this section and this section together. So one, two, three together. So that's what I'll be sculpting in this case. I'll use the drag tool after validating too. One thing is, before validating, right? A lot of the actions you're able to do are just mirroring and simple things here and there. But once you validate, you'll be able to sculpt. Now there are two tools that are similar, which is the move and the drag tool, right? But I prefer the drag tool because the influence is a bit, it has a smooth enough fall off compared to this move that is just it's very localized. At least most times it doesn't have that much control. Okay, so let me drag this. You see the difference. So what I'm going to do now, cover the ear area and move this here. So the most important part is to have this back here feel like it's really long, right? Aha. So bring this further forward. So it needs more volume because from the look of this, it looks like it's a slim forward elevation. From the forward elevation, rather, it should have a slim profile. Mind you, it doesn't matter if the ear pops out, right? From this ear side, I just need the basic shape to form, right? I can always split it later, but for now, I really interested in getting it, getting the basic forms on the ground. Now, before I go further, let me show you another section that needs focus. Right. I like the fact that they added this control here. So the pieces of the jaw, right? 1, 2, this is the upper part, this is the lower part, and then there's what I call the lip. So these 3 sections together, right? They're very tricky and they would need to be done separately, and then I can merge it later. So this section here will merge with this section, and then this and this are separate, they are isolated, right. I hope that is sufficient. So let me add another, right? So this now is for the lower part. Don't get too worked up, right, on details. That's details that do not really, add to the overall shape. Hold on, I made a mistake. Alright, so this polish tool here, I was about to do something. Go carry the way. So this polish tool, right, helps you. So this polish tool helps you flatten, sections. I'll use it for this front later, but for now I want to have the basic shapes down, right? Please let me know if you can hear me. It will be, it will be useful to have that kind of feedback. Okay, everything is going fine. All right, so you can hear me. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This live. Alright. I keep losing. I keep losing follow viewers rather. Let's see the other. So let me test this. Okay. Okay. How about now? Must be why I'm losing a lot of viewers. Okay. How about now? I suspect. Okay. How about now? Huh? Must be why I'm losing a lot of I see. I see. Viewers. I did not. This is my own fault. I suspect. Okay. My bad. How about now? Huh? Why I'm losing a lot of I see. I see. Viewers. I did not. This is my own fault. I suspect. Okay. My bad. Alright, since the audio has been fixed, why let me add a lot of music. I see. I see. I did not. This is my own fault. I suspect. Okay. My bad. Alright, since the audio has been fixed, why I'm losing a lot of music. Okay. I see. YouTube, please. This is my own fault. Show my live to other people. Like, let's give it a try again. Okay. Right. Move to the jaw area. Audio has been fixed. Why I'm losing a lot of music. Okay. I see. YouTube, please. This is my own fault. Show my live. Considering the angles here, like, let's give it a try. Only need to drag this. Right. Move to the jaw. I only need to drag this just where I'm losing a lot of this point. Okay. I see. Please, this is my own background. Show my life. Considering the angles here, like, let's give it a try. Only need to drag this. Right. Move to the jaw. I only need to drag this just where I'm losing a lot of this point. And then we go from this is my own background. Show my life, which looks terrible right now. Angles here. Like, let's give it a try. Only need to drag this. Right. Move to the jaw. I only need to drag this just where I'm losing a lot of this point. And then we go from if you notice, show my life, which looks terrible right now. Control to easily turn the mask on jaw. I only need to drag this just if you've noticed, right? Okay, there's a particular way if you notice inside here merges, right? Which looks terrible. Large section that is flat here before this yellow green. And then there's a bevel, more or less a bevel here. And then we go to the okay, there's a particular your area inside. What's connecting this to this is a bevel section, and that bevel is flat here before this yellow more or less. And then there's a bevel, 70% of this region here. And then we go to think I should have also done this color section connecting this to this. I should have streamed the process show, but I didn't want to. Me, that's yellow. a lesson for another day. Okay, 70% of it. So bring this to here. I think I should have used trim color section, connect buttons. I should have stringed the process tree, but I like didn't want to. That's me. That's the rest. A lesson for another day. Okay, 70% of it. So bring this to here. I think I should have used trim color section, connect buttons. I should have stringed the process tree, but I like didn't want to. That's me. That's the rest. A lesson for another day. Okay, take the master test. So bring this to here right there. I think I should have used trim color section, connect buttons. I should have stringed the process tree, but I like didn't want to. That's me. That's the rest. A lesson for another day. Okay, take the master test. Alright, and then what we have here, I think I should have used trim color section, connect buttons. I should have stringed the process tree, but I like didn't want to. Bring this further. Alright, okay, take the master test. Alright, and another thing we have here, I think I should have used trim color section. This lower part of the jaw is very like pivot out. Bring this further. Alright, so this part here is kind of hidden, but I'm gonna do something now. Make true very easy. So by the time this lower part of the sculpt is ready, like the pivot out. Bring this further. So this part here is kind of hidden, but I'm gonna do something now. Make true very easy. So by the time this lower part of the sculpt is ready, like the pivot out. Bring this further. Invert. So this part here is what I mean. But I'm gonna do this in word true. Very you have to do our by the time this lower part of the sculpt is ready, like the pivot out. Bring this further. Invert. So this part here is what I mean. Now we can I'm gonna do this kind of words. This tree, you have to do our by the time this lower part of the sculpt is ready, like the pivot out. Bring this further. Invert. So this part here is what I mean. Now we can I hope you understand the full picture. So this is just an idea of one of the ways that I could go about it. Lower part sculpt is ready. Like the pivot out. Invert. This part here is just now we can I hope you understand coming back to that full picture. This is just an idea of one of the ways that I could go about it. Lower part sculpt is ready. So please let me know if you can hear me so I can adjust my settings. Right? And I would also like to know, coming back to that picture. Okay, I would also like to know, where you're watching from. Just make it a data collection session where I see, I know how to better plan my live timings. So if you haven't, please subscribe, like the stream, and ask questions, interact. I'm very much available for interactions and all of that. To be fair, depending on where you are, right, you could be sleeping. So if you're gonna stay, you might as well, stay and interact. Okay, yeah. Let's dive right in. No stress, no serere. Okay, and then crease. So this crease here is where the issues start. If you're not careful here, because of how intricate it is, you might just miss the whole thing. Alright, please subscribe to the new viewers. Say hi in the comment section. Let me know where you're viewing from and you know what you'd like to see. Okay, so I need to increase the volume to just beyond. Okay, so I need to cut it now. Alright, please subscribe. Have a subscription target of at least the immediate target of 2,500 subscribers. So at the very least, help me get you what you want. At least I'm not asking for free subscriptions. If it's something I can do, just interact. Let me know what you want. Although what I want is ultimate eventually, but there needs to be some kind of interaction, and obviously, uh, the goal here is to show how I would handle this. But even if you don't want something, just ask questions at least. So I'm cutting this top part out. This is my focus here. This part in red, that's where I'm cutting out now. And you need to click validate, right? What that does is to delete everything in this, sorry about that, delete everything in this gray, this hash section and leave this out. So I delete that. Surely I shouldn't have moved that. Let me see if I can bring it back. Oops. Okay. I clicked the wrong tool, so straight, that's this section here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a straight section here. Click that, which should fall around the ear area. Then you do a curve, do an angle here, which is here, and then we bring one straight. So do sharp angles here, curve, sharp angles here. Let's double this. Sharp angles here as well. So I need to cut this one out. So what is left to do is to fill in this gap here. I suspect I might need a better streaming software because there are some controls on this thing that I don't have access to. Okay, and then I bring this one down. Okay, I need to remesh this. Okay. And then, so now we work on the jaw. You click Control to get the jaw rolling. No need. Just gonna cover this one. Okay. So clear all of the mask. Clear all of the mask. Remesh. Actually, let me check the mesh density for what I want to do. What I'm about to do, it's not enough. I'm going to use the layer tool. Let me see, where is that? Okay, it looks like this is it, yeah. Okay, I need to I need to, before I can do that, I need to have a layer which is here, right? So is only that's something I'm going to do when I start adding, medium level layers. Well, for now, I think we're good, nearly good enough. We're not. So this neck needs to be longer. To do that properly, I need to isolate this, right, and then come here. Okay, this is the neck that needs to become bigger. Let me see what I can do about that. Okay. Like I said, please let me know what you'd like to see. Ultimately, this is a project to show you how I would go about sculpting this from scratch, live, alright? So if you have questions, this is time. I mean, you can always ask once it becomes a video as after editing, but at the moment, I'm really churning out as much live as possible. Excuse me. And the next will be to batch edit later. But for now, the best way to get information is to actually speak to me during the live. Okay. Let me try for the next. So add. Oh, that's interesting. I can only add one layer. Okay, yeah. I'll add this for the neck. So I'm going to add a layer on top of this. Okay. Looks like leave that to hide is selected mesh. Okay, so clear all of this and then I add. Let me see, this is a bit tricky, but should be possible. When you're working on a low poly mesh, right, and you don't want to remesh the whole thing to prevent crashing, just use dynamic topology to add the mask. the resolution should increase. So if you are just joining, please say hi in the comment section, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Also, I have that's not really important. Yeah. Like I said, please use the comment section. So at least YouTube can push my live to more people. If you don't comment, it will just look like my live is not engaging. And one of the ways to get it engaging is to ask questions. I can also ask, but while I'm streaming, that's a bit difficult. Yeah, it's a bit tricky to manage. It's not impossible, it's just a bit tricky to manage this cut here. This cut in the reference image. This cut here is something I'll add later. So, because it's a high tier mid range. What should I say? So let me see. Let me see. Click this. Hold on. So click control, click the settings, and you should see. Hold on. You should see what it looks like. So we don't need something so exaggerated, but like this is fine. I like to experiment with this sometimes because it tapers the neck. But in this case, we need something hard, so let's keep it like this. I really don't know how to use this yet, but that's not really a problem now. Yeah, so and then you click extract to get that extra layer on top. Right, so now we're done with the neck. Or if I forget, let me trim this up. So now we have that neck layer thingy, right? Let's come back. What else? What other details have we not laid down? So now I'm going to add another layer on top, right? So I'm going to add another layer on top, and then invert, right? Explain why. Let me see. It's probably better to use that as base. So I'm going to add this as neck. So once I add this neck, that's the proper neck, I'm going to have to remove the main headmaster model, because I really don't need it. Once the base is okay, I don't need the main neck model. Right. Click Control this, but we're doing an inward um thickness this time. So you see subtraction here, that should be fine. And then click extract. Then come here to the scene and then hide the headmaster. Where is it? Head. So when you want to add that, you come here and click head. Oh wait, Mestella. I've been calling it headmaster the whole time. Anyway, that's that. Then I need to delete the point of doing that is to have a cleaner base. So